I'm here to talk about a controversial topic in America, the N-word. A word that is commonly used by many, but shunned by others. But before I talk about the contemporary use of the N-word, I believe it's best that you know the roots and origin of it. In fact, one famous saying I like to quote by a former Harvard graduate and Nobel Prize winner George Santayana states, "If you don't know your past, you are doomed to repeat it." Many understand that the word nigger has a dark past attached to it, but do not actually realize the history behind it. It all started with the word niger, which means black in Latin, and evolved through the years. When slavery first began, it was justified to conquer and enslave Africans by making the claim that they were less than human. Slaves in America were treated no differently. In fact, the original version of the Constitution of America stated that a black man accounted for no more than 3/5 of a man. When the word nigger was coming to use in America, the meaning it implied was of an ignorant, subhuman, lowlife. It was then commonly used as a racial slur to degrade blacks. Many of the words were created from that one derogatory term, such as nigger work, which refers to demeaning menial task, or nigger tip, which meant leaving someone small or no tip. Many use this word as a way to proclaim and profess their dominance over blacks. It was a tactic to degrade and demean blacks and to show that they were greater. During the Civil Rights Movement, blacks wanted to stray from the idea that they were under others and uphold the idea that all men were created equal. They wanted to get rid of the use of the word nigger, a word that oppressed their previous generations, and started incorporating the use of the words such as Black Americans or African Americans. They fought many years to get rid of the word that degraded blacks for what felt an eternity. About 20 years after the Civil Rights Movement, there was a resurgence of the N-word by hip-hop artists in the younger generation of the black community. They dropped the ER and added an A, openly using the word that was previously fought against. So now, instead of the word nigger, blacks were referring to other blacks using the word nigga. Songs like Down for My Nigga by C. Murder and Snoop Dogg, or Nigga Nature by Tupac fueled the fire. The arguments ruling for the common use of the N-word say the word has evolved and does not have the same meaning as it previously did. The more blacks who use the N-word, the less offensive it becomes. Or even, blacks should not be prisoners of the past and move forward. But in order to move forward, you must know your past, and instead of embracing the negative parts of it, you should remember but let go of all the negative aspects. Nigger, a word used to belittle blacks, is definitely a negative aspect. Harriet Tubman, leader of the Underground Railroad, said, "I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew that they were slaves." Back then, Harriet Tubman was talking about the literal and physical enslavement of African Americans. Now, blacks believe that they are free, but they are still bound by the chains of the word nigger that added to the hurt blacks face. Man is what he speaketh, and the way the black community continues to allow such negativity to be acceptable, then we are bound to become mentally enslaved in a free nation and will not even realize it. African American males should be riding in the car just saying, "My nigga, my nigga." We enslaved them. African American males just be playing basketball and dribbling and say, "Ooh, yeah, I got you, nigga." We enslaved. You'll see your friend in the mall and say, "Hey, what's up, nigga?" We enslaved. The arguments made in favor of the use of the N-word are legitimate, but no matter what argument could be made, the history of the N-word will always play a role in the present. If it did not, it would have not been so controversial when the N-word was said by Food Network star Paula Deen or NFL player Riley Cooper. To eliminate the confusion and controversy, many would think that the once hateful and cruel word that could still be considered cruel and hateful today should just be completely erased. But the N-word is as much of a part of history today as it was in the past. Therefore, it cannot just be simply eliminated and put out of use. That by any means does not mean the word should be said openly, nor does it mean that the word is okay. To sum my argument, the N-word is no better than using the 5-letter B word and should be treated that way. It should not be used to degrade someone, nor be used to define characteristics of black of lower socioeconomic status. The word nigger has been part of a dark history for African Americans since they arrived in America, and that should never be forgotten. But since it's not possible to erase the word, I believe that the word should not be accepted, or for it to slowly die. And for the word to slowly die, it is up to no other race but the African Americans. The African American community must kill it. And until the African American community kills the word nigga, we will forever be mentally enslaved.